So let's see how we do this by repaying the helicopter money with more helicopter money, or repaying all the debt with quantitative easing, fiat bills of credit, and fiat scrip. How do you repay fiat debt with fiat money? Well, of course, you have to extract it from the sheep. You have to tax or force the people to pay rents. They pay rents in England under the common law that's patented and trademarked. Ken Dost and Ken Scott. Pay attention very closely. How do you repay fiat helicopter money debt with more helicopter money? It's just that simple, folks. And this is why you have to have repeated invasions of Iran and Iraq. You see, Iran and Iraq have been repeatedly invaded by British and American oil and mining interests since the First World War. Persia has always been an object of affection of the wealthiest kings of the earth. Oh, they love the natural resources, and can you imagine how much enslaving the human resources would be worth? So to my little gangster mafia pal, Donald Trump and Mike Pence there, and Christopher Wray and good old William Barr, how many banksters are going to get drained from the swamp during the Trump administration? Right? Isn't this how many banksters have been drained from the swamp? Donald Trump? And by the way, while we're at this, let's explain to the American people, what do you mean by the swamp, and exactly what the hell is the so-called deep state? Those are kind of ambiguous terms you're flapping around there, old Donald Trump. What is your definition of swamp? Is that your gang of crooked Wall Street bankers? You know, the ones that finance your real estate empire. Oh my God almighty, let's not talk about VTB Bank and the Russian bankster gangsters of Vladimir Putin and all that money they laundered through Deutsche Bank to your failed real estate empire, your failed casinos and all your failed real estate developments. In your failed game show. You're fired, Donald Trump. You're busted, pal. How many gazillion, quadrillions, and fiat, quantitative easing, helicopter money debt are you in, what's his name? What's your, Mnuchin? Come on, Mr. Mnuchin. Let's talk about helicopter money with the American people and your repo financial markets while everybody's sleeping at night, how you're handing out gazillions of notes, because they're not dollars, are they, Mr. Mnuchin? You're handing over vast amounts of quantitative easing helicopter money to your wealthiest campaign contributors and your biggest supporters in the repo markets. Fascinating story why you're distracting everybody. Be distracted with this Iranian general. I just wonder why he wasn't extracted and like arrested by a strike team and, you know, taken to rendition and debriefed for all the intelligence he had. I would have, I would have thought that, arresting him for a debriefing would have been a wiser move, Donald Trump. What do you think? Think of the intelligence you could have gotten out of that guy instead of blowing him up. Come on, Mr. Mnuchin, let's explain to the American people about helicopter money, quantitative easing, and all that fiat, phony baloney money you're handing out to all the campaign supporters, all the campaign contributors. Just printing that currency endlessly. Print. Huge amounts of notes and handing them out to your buddies first. Right, Mr. Mnuchin? Is that what we're going to call draining the swamp? Donald Trump? And to Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters and Adam Schiff and, Patrick McHenry and Colin McGuinness, just for starters, Colin McGuinness, let's explain to the American people about how the banks were laundering huge amounts of money through the residential mortgage markets. How they were loaning out dirty money into the American mortgage system. They were laundering it through real estate. How about that, Donald Trump? Isn't that amazing? They were loaning all the terrorist money, the human trafficking money, and the drug money right back into the U.S. real estate market. Isn't that fascinating, William Barr? Now, folks, for all you that are upset with this particular video, find all the information in the links below and educate yourself. And please, if you can tell me precisely what the swamp is and how it is specifically the deep state is defined, please add your comments below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, hasta la vista, God bless, and we'll see you the next time.